My name is Jason, and you're joining me watching this Run the Numbers channel video. Specifically, this video on the Run the Numbers channel is part of the warm-up series. So if you're new to the channel, you don't know what that is, or perhaps you're a longtime viewer and you recognize it already, what you're recognizing or what you're seeing as a new viewer is in fact that we're on the go, we're in motion. That's a staple of a warm-up series. Yep, you got to be moving for a warm-up. And specifically where we're doing it all is on the streets of Los Angeles, California. Might be a little bit noisy today, but you know, we're moving through, and that's part of I guess more staples of what a warm-up series video on the Run the Numbers channel. Alright, the other thing that you might be recognizing if you've been watching for quite a while is that this video is labeled as part of the 100 videos challenge. So what does that mean if you're not familiar? Well, that means that this video is one of 100 videos that I'm creating and publishing up onto YouTube, and the whole challenge of it is that I need to do all of the 100 videos. I need to create them and publish them all in 100 days. So that's quite a fast, aggressive pace of creating content. But I'm, roughly one a day publishing to YouTube for 100 days and doing that so that there's amazing, and what I'm trying my best to have is amazing, but hopefully some helpful content for you on your personal finance journey. You, my wonderful audience, doing it all so that, yes, you can be helped along with great topics, and perhaps you're going to enjoy this topic, which is more of a follow-up. I've been asked about, okay, so what's going on? How did things shake out with things with Robinhood, your Robinhood usage, and specifically Robinhood retirement accounts that you've been posting some videos about. So yes, I have been posting various videos related to Robinhood, first considering it, and then setting up various accounts where I talked about it's a little bit rough around the edges for the process to kind of link through the bank accounts, all that, but eventually it all kind of works out, and things seems to normalize, seems to be all right once things are all linked up. And then getting into how there's a whole process. I went over that in a most recent video of creating retirement accounts in Robinhood. I'll put the link to that video in this video's description. So yeah, that's kind of the background, the context of where we are with things. So yes, this is something of a follow-up that in fact I had the scheduled phone calls to take the next steps for transferring over, specifically some rollovers of 401ks. I'm getting in now, rolling them into Robinhood. So to remind you, and I mentioned this again, this is in the most recent video, link in the description, which is the creating retirement accounts in Robinhood. And I mentioned how, yes, you have to go through, or at least the kind of path that is really, I guess, put forth for you to go down as a customer. The path is to utilize a third-party vendor, a third-party company that helps basically facilitate the rollover of, and now I'm doing them specifically for rollovers of 401ks I've had from previous employment, and you use Capitalize. So you set an appointment. It's so popular that it was far out, and so yes, I've now finally had the appointment has come, and I want to talk here in this video about how that went. And the short answer is it went well. So basically, they get you on the phone after they've already connected in into wherever you have the 401k at that time, where it's prior to it being rolled over into your desired place. Now they're agnostic. Capitalize will move it into wherever you want, but I've been, of course, the whole video here is setting this so that this is all to go into Robinhood, so they know it's going into Robinhood. All that is set up. That's all part of what you set up, and you might be familiar when I mentioned this in my last video. So yeah, all that is kind of like ready to go once you're conferenced into the phone call. So basically, you're just there to kind of say, yep, this is me, I authorize it. So you do a little bit of authentication, and you basically kind of sit back while kind of the two parties, that is to say the Capitalize, who's really taking the reins or taking the lead on it, and then your other institution, whether it be a brokerage or wherever it could be, that they're basically going to say, okay, well, do you agree of like the process to basically terminate from your old one? It takes a little bit of time. It's advertised of, it should just take a couple minutes. It takes a little bit more longer than that, but it is faster. Maybe, I mean, it doesn't take hours or it's a crazy amount, but it's a little bit. It's all pretty smooth, and they basically just say, okay, well, all of the things we need on our side are taken care of, and now it's basically, processing time, and so, wait it out and see if there's any issues. Of course, report them right away, but overall, you should be getting a trickle in of various notices that says this whole process is initiated, this whole process is, I guess, making progress. And so yes, I've already started to receive various emails that say, of course, it's initiated, and then various ones of like, your account is in the process of termination as part of its a planned determination, a planned termination. I guess just so that you're not surprised by various things that you might be noticing with your accounts. Okay, so the thing I want to say is, almost at the end, you kind of get this standard question of like, I'm glad I could help you today. Is there anything else I could help you with? And I was just kind of like, well, yeah, I guess. This all went very smoothly, and it did with this one particular, 401k rollover. I have another one scheduled. I guess I need to, wait a couple weeks. The earliest I could get was, weeks out. I guess, anything I could do to expedite that, or anything I could do. What are your thoughts there? How could you help? And basically the response back was a very quick, like, oh, I'll just do it now. I was like, wow, okay. Didn't expect that. So, let's do it. I've got the time, and let's knock it out. So I kind of, even though scheduled just one of these 401k rollovers, actually got the second of the two that I needed to do, and that part again was very, very fast. They do their they get to work. They very quickly get on the phone where the account needs to be moved from. And then, you do the same process again, authenticate the things that are needed to do, and, make I consent to having this account rolled over to Robinhood, and basically where that's going, and provide the various account numbers, all the various things that are needed. Just no kind of surprises there. Nothing really should be all that shocking. And that too happened pretty fast. Now there's a little bit of a hiccup. They realized that actually some things needed to be initiated from the Robinhood side. That kind of caused me to kind of go, ooh, I don't know. I'm seeing all this marketing. That's, I guess, the present day, what's here now in May, marketing for retirement transfers that say all over it of you can only earn the 1%. And I'm like, oh, I did all this so I could earn 3%. I know it doesn't sound 1 to 3, all right, do I need to make a fuss? It's like, I know it doesn't sound all that much, but that was the whole effort here. And they're just like, oh, no, don't worry. You scheduled this, in the promotional window, the promotion window. So if you have any issues, basically you should be pretty, this is capitalized, of course, so they can't speak for Robinhood, but they said, from everything of our past experience and from everything we know about this, Robinhood takes care of making sure that basically you shouldn't be worried that even though everything you're clicking through says on it, now you're ready to earn your just 1%, it should go up to 3. So I'll keep an eye on that, validate that, making sure everything, in fact, does get bumped to 3%. And so yeah, that's the things that's the next steps, is just keep an eye as all the whole process plays out, how it all needs to now take place is to just wait, a waiting game, wait for all the paperwork, all the things that need to go through and become finalized, and then you eventually see it there sitting in your Robinhood account. Okay, the other next step, of course, is they say look out your other institution, that's to say the old where it was rolled over from, might hit you with some degree of a transfer fee, and if that in fact happens, Robinhood will reimburse, I think it's up to $75, but they expect, of course, a transfer fee to be under that amount. So they say, just look out for that. So that's the other thing I want to kind of validate, make sure I'm not getting any sort of transfer fee from anywhere. And so so keeping my eye out for, like I said, just the whole account simply to actually, complete, and to see the transferred account in Robinhood. Looking out for that. Looking out for making sure the amount is right of the match. I'm expecting to get all the way to 3%. Looking for that. And then lastly, yes, keeping my eye to make sure I'm not surprised by any sort of transfer fee, and then I can act right away to get that reimbursed if in fact I do get hit by a transfer fee. Okay, so those are the next steps. But overall, I wanted to make this video to say, the whole experience with Capitalize was very pleasant and it went well. And I consider this at this point that I am, I transferred my retirement accounts to Robinhood. So there you go. All right, I'm going to leave you there with that as the update. And for now, I got to run.